Tython, the ancient Jedi homeworld. I'm finally here. I'm ready to take my final steps as a Padawan to become a Jedi. I landed on the North Platform and was greeted by Master Sayo Bakarn, a member of the Jedi Council. It was unusual, but not unheard of, for members of the Council to meet the new Padawans. Master Bakarn guided me to a small room where I was introduced to Yuan Par, my new master. I had heard about Master Par's unorthodox style and was warned that she could be a little loose with the Jedi rules. I found this to be quite fascinating. Having a master like her can only expand my view on the galaxy, which will benefit my career as a Senate representative for the Jedi. We had barely gotten through the introductions, and already I had my first assignment. My first test was to retrieve important historical documents from the training ground that had come under attack from flesh raiders. These fascinating creatures are a subspecies of the Rakata, de-evolved to be workers and soldiers, essentially slaves. They've been on Tython for centuries. As I gathered the information, I was able to experience the flesh raider culture firsthand. So barbaric, so uncivilized, yet so extraordinary. Maybe I'll go back and study them one day. Unfortunately, the final historical record I had been sent to retrieve was missing. After making a note of this, I followed my instructions and returned to Master Par at the Jedi Temple. When I arrived in her chambers, she was discussing the situation with a Trandoshan named Quazin. He's here to gather points, as he calls it, and different beasts grant different points for the scorekeeper. I believe the points eventually allow them into the hunter's afterlife. After Quazin goes to continue his hunt, I discuss with Master Par about the missing holorecord belonging to Rejavari, a Jedi who fell to the dark side long ago. Master Par suggests a nearby Twi'lek settlement might have some information regarding the missing record. My next task is to reach the Twi'lek village within the mountains. It's a dangerous area, especially considering that the Twi'leks are here illegally, and the Jedi nor the Republic are obligated to defend them. But if that's the will of the Senate, and the will of the Jedi Council, then I shall respect their decisions. Upon my arrival, I sought their security chief, Bashen. He informed me that a powerful Twi'lek guardian, Nalen Raloch, has the record I am searching for, but was reluctant to give me Raloch's location. After I informed him on how powerful and dangerous the record is in the wrong hands, they mentioned a camp in the caves to the east, where I can start to look for him. The mountains to the east were engulfed with flesh raiders and their camps. I successfully evaded the guards and patrols, whilst observing their unique culture even more. Finally, I arrived at the cave where I was told Raloch had set up camp. I ventured deep into the cave, guided by flickering light. Raloch was here. I greeted him and inquired on the whereabouts of the holorecord. To my surprise, Raloch had been studying them. He revealed that he was going to destroy the Jedi Order, like Rejavari attempted in the past. Then he used the Force to bring the ceiling down on top of me. Nalen Raloch. He's Force sensitive. I'm not surprised. It explains how he survived in the wilderness of Tython alone, especially when there are flesh raiders around. But I have the holorecord. Raloch didn't have time to retrieve it before attempting to seal me in a tomb I swiftly brought the record and my discovery of Raloch to Master Parr. We discussed the situation, and she thought it best if we continue to look into Raloch whilst the Council decides what to do with him. It was therefore logical to head to the old Jedi ruins, as that would be where Raloch could learn more of Rejavari's teachings. Ruins were inhabited by training droids, something Raloch would have no problem with. One of the droids informed me that some of the terminals still worked, and they're used for Jedi to learn about the origins of the Order. They also had information on Rejavari's teachings and philosophies. I learned that Rejavari originally attempted to destroy the Light Forge, a sacred location where Jedi could craft a lightsaber. I contacted Master Parr and relayed the information I had acquired, and that I should head to the Light Forge immediately for the best chance to catch Raloch. Master Parr agreed and permitted my mission. She also mentioned that Quazen hadn't checked in with her. It was very odd for him not to do that. I offered to keep an eye out for him on my travels to the Light Forge. Whilst taking a shortcut through the mountain to the Light Forge, I encountered a small band of Twi'leks. These Twi'leks were different. They were followers of Raloch. He was gathering his forces to fulfill Rejavari's vision. And then I heard him. Quazen. They've captured him. They must have seen him with Master Parr. I crept around the guards and freed him. He told me because of his capture, all his points are forfeit, and he must start again. He promptly began with his Twi'lek guards. Quazen wanted revenge and a chance to fight Raloch. He agreed to accompany me to the Light Forge, and after climbing the mountain and avoiding what foes we could, we reached the Light Forge. The Force had guided me to this place. Right here, right now. It was guiding me to craft my first lightsaber. Quazen stood watch as I began. It was quicker than I expected. Creating a tool that is an extension of myself, I thought it would have taken some time. But who am I to question the will of the Force? Finally, Raloch arrives. He confirms that he intends to destroy the Light Forge, then the Jedi. I tried to talk him down, make him see reason through all this madness. But he draws his weapon, as I do mine. I didn't want to fight him, but my training did not fail me, and the Force guided my hand. I defeated Raloch, and chose to spare his life. It's not my place to judge whether someone should live or die. Now, Quazen and I are escorting Raloch back to the temple, where he'll be brought before the council, and they will decide what's best for him.